Have you ever run all day long? Run until even your breath begs you to stop? But at night, when the lights go off, a strange feeling sits on your chest, calm but heavy. A feeling that doesn't let you sleep easily. Not because of tiredness, but because of a terrifying question. Why haven't I reached anywhere yet? You worked, you tried hard, but it felt like money is always one step ahead of you. No matter how much you run, no matter how much you try, you only get more tired. And worst of all, no one has a clear answer. Once upon a time, in a city whose nights were always more awake than its days, a man lived named Tom. Tom was 33 years old, not poor, not successful. He was stuck in the middle of something everyone experiences, a life without progress. Every morning, Tom woke up before the city and went to work, any job that brought money. But like someone running in a circle, when he stopped, he saw he was still in the same place. Tom had a notebook full of numbers. Every night, he wrote his income and expenses. At first, it was full of hope. But later, it became a mirror showing a bitter truth. You are only surviving, not moving forward. He had lived more than 10 years like that. One night, in the darkness, he said quietly, "I'm doing something wrong." For the first time, instead of convincing himself, he doubted himself. And that was the beginning of everything. The next day, Tom's mind wasn't quiet. Every action he took, a small voice in his head asked, "Is this the path you want?" On the third day, Tom paused in the middle of his work. His hand froze on the keyboard. If this path is wrong, why everyone is doing it? That was a dangerous question, because many minds get stuck here. If everyone is doing it, it must be right. One tiring afternoon, his steps led him to his grandpa's old shop, repairing shop for broken things. He entered. Behind a wooden desk, the old man sat quietly. He looked at Tom and said, "What made you to come here? No one just passes by." He said nothing, just stand. The old man pointed to a chair. "Sit and tell me what's broken." Tom said, "I think my path, because I keep running but I'm not getting anywhere." The old man leaned forward and said, "Then it's time to understand something. I know what you say. Running does not guarantee arrival." He continued, "I once ran like you. I had work, I had money, but every night a feeling of emptiness swallowed everything. Until I stopped and realized I was just running faster in a wrong direction." Tom's grandpa pointed to a broken clock. "If this clock is broken, does it matter how fast it works? Many people's lives are the same. They just break faster." Then he leaned forward and picked up something strange, a knife and a piece of dry wood. He placed them in front of Tom and said, "Do you want to know why no matter how much you run, you don't reach money? This wood represents your lifetime, and this knife represents the hours you work. Now imagine something simple. Every hour you work, you are cutting a part of your lifetime. Imagine you worked a full day, 10 hours of your life are gone, and you received $100. What about tomorrow?" Tom said, "The same. And the day after? Still the same." The old grandpa said softly, "And one day, your wood will finish. On that day, even if you want to work, you can't. And if all the money you earn was only for that wood, what will you have left? Nothing. This is the game you are in. You are selling your time in exchange for money, but you are never building anything that earns money without your time. Tom said in shock, "So what should I do?" Grandpa replied, "Go home and think what I told you. And if you were ready to change, come to me after 5 days." After 5 days, when Tom came back, he said, "I was thinking all the time, and I am ready to do whatever you ask me." For the first time, the old man gave him something real. He took out a simple paper and a pen and placed them in front of Tom. He said, "This is the first step. Tonight go home and write only one thing. If I didn't have to work for money tomorrow, what would I do?" Tom asked, "What is it?" The old man said, "No, the hard part is this. You must be honest. You promised me to accept my words." Tom was not sure, but he went home. That night, he thought. He didn't write. He thought if he didn't need money, what kinds of activities would be interesting for him to do? What am I good at? After thinking for 2 days, he wrote economic logics, system mapping, and pattern recognition. These were the ways his brain had always functioned, constantly deconstructing why things worked or why things failed. But he had never considered them skills, because they came to him as naturally as breathing. He went to a cafe, opened his laptop, and stopped looking for help wanted ads. Instead, he looked at the wall. He spent the afternoon writing a deep breakdown of why a local industry was struggling to keep customers, mapping out the hidden friction points that no one else seemed to notice. He posted his analysis on a professional form, not to find a job, but simply to put his thinking into words. When he stood up, he felt the tiredness of designing, not the tiredness of toiling. After a few weeks, the first message arrived from a CEO who had seen the post. "I have been staring at these same numbers for a year, but couldn't see the pattern you just described. Can I pay you to look at our internal data? I want to learn more." This money was different. It was not for his time, but for his thinking. The old grandpa's advice worked, and he could make money without spending his time. If you are also running but not reaching money, it's time not to run faster, but to stop for a moment and ask yourself, what am I building? Because the difference between someone who keeps running and someone who finally arrives is only one thing. One only works, the other builds.